How y'all doing, everyone? My name is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of MinutesTillDawn Productions. MinutesTillDawn is an entertainment media production company focused on empowering black families. Thank y'all for coming to the video. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And before we get into today's topic, I just want to make sure everyone knows that these productions, they take a lot of time and effort in order to make sure things go smoothly. So a donation to the page would be very, very much appreciated. You'll find all of the information to donations in the description. And also, if you enjoy sci-fi fantasy novels, Minutes Till Dawn Production presents Dream No More Rise of a Lion, which is available in stores right now, Barnes& and Nobles, Amazon.com, and many other places. Your one-stop shop to buy Dream No More Rise of a Lion. Link will be in the description. Please support, please show some love, and thank y'all. All right, so in today's video, we're talking about my experience and the Juneteenth Freedom March for this month, the 19th, 6/19/2020. And we are going to get into a little bit of specifics. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to AfricaTown, Joaquin Garrett, Mr. Curtis Calhoun. Man, all of y'all go ham. Okay, y'all did a really good job at the organization of this protest. It was a heck of a lot of people out there, man. Shout out to y'all. That was successful. Man. Good job, y'all. Good job. Now, I want to get into a sort of couple of key points in this video in order to sort of bring to light, the pressing issues at hand when it comes to black people, more specifically, black American descendants of slavery, and our Juneteenth celebration, and how the Juneteenth Freedom March, really hit hard in some places for the better, and in other places there could have been a little bit more clarification or a little bit even more specificity when it came to homing in on issues that pertains to black American descendants of slavery. Okay, so first and foremost, during the march itself, we had a whole plethora of people out there. You had Black Lives Matter people out there. You had people who were just there to learn more about what they can do in order to improve the conditions of America and the black community specifically. You had people out there, Pan-Africans. You had, I heard there was some ADOS in the house. I'm not sure where they were, but I heard there was some. And you just had some people, you had a whole, it was a mixed bag of people. So the messaging throughout the march was good for the most part. I've heard about, the part of the marches where they did talk about reparations. They did talk about reparations and the necessity of reparations. However, I also heard a lot of the announcers and things like that steer away from it and move more so towards a sense of self-determinism within the community. That's kind of, the message was just flip-flopping all over the place. It's like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Reparations is a very, very concerning issue within the black community at this point in time in particular. And there is only one place that it's going to come from: the U.S. federal government. And in some cases, state government. Okay? With that being said, as a black community, man, we got to come to terms with the fact that in order for us to receive that which is owed to us, it will most likely come from other groups of people. And you know, to my white people who follow this page and any other person who is non-black that follow this page, y'all got to come to terms with that, okay? There will be no reparations without white sacrifice. And the sacrifices of those who have come to adopt American culture, come to immigrate here, come from any other place on the planet here in America, without realizing that this place was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of Black American descendants of slavery. We were the engine that fueled this economy, this country, and this world to get to where it is today. Okay? It is what it is. You're going to have to come to terms with that. If you were not taught this in history class, then it's about time you start educating yourself about these situations, these topics. Now, during my time at the march, you know, I actually took it upon myself, you know, in my company, we did a project. What we wanted to do was to give people's perspective, on the ground people who are following this march, show their perspectives about reparations and why they are there from their own mouths. And in this playlist, or in the playlist that this video would be spearheading, you will find many other videos of individuals from the march speaking on their own terms about why they're there, where they fall on the issue of reparations, and will they or do they advocate actively on behalf of Black American descendants of slavery in local, state, and federal government agendas? Those are the three questions that I ask everybody. I will have written versions written on my blog website, which also will be in the link of this video. And all of the video versions of those interviews will be uploaded to a playlist as well. Now, the responses I got, you know, some was actually, you know, expected. A lot of people say, yes, they do support the issue of reparations. However, and then, you know, they have the little however or the but around it. You feel me? And what struck me the most was there was actually a few people who was fairly honest about their approach. They knew nothing about the topic. They openly said, look, I don't know anything about this topic. I am here willing to learn. And I had a conversation with one of my friends about this, and I'm like, man, I'm actually pretty surprised and pretty shocked that people, especially white people, were admitting, look, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm in the dark about this, and that's why I'm here. I'm trying to learn more. That's very good. That's very good. It goes to show you that although this is a small sample size of people, we are reaching a point in time in history where people are actually trying to actively learn about the solutions to solving the issue of racism, white supremacy. Well, in many cases, I've actually given people resources after the interviews. I've pointed to people to ADOS101.com that will also be in the link of this video. And I also informed them about the ADOS movement, about, you know, Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore, Professor Sandy Darity, all of which are resources that know a lot more about this topic than myself. However, I also offered, you know, a certain amount of people, I also offered a sort of description of what reparations is overall. And to sort of clarify this topic, I want to, offer more information on it. When you look up reparations in the dictionary, it is a repair of that which has been broken, a restore of that which has been stolen or taken away. And in the case of Black American descendants of slavery, this comes in the form of a sort of life encapsulating initiative. What does that mean? We're talking in areas of, we're talking in all areas of life. We're talking food, we're talking health, we're talking money. Yes, we are talking economics, finances, okay? We are talking mental health. We are talking, jobs. We are talking, about those things that white Americans actively have access to right now on a daily basis, simply by virtue of being white and being a part of the family structure that they are a part of, that familial wealth that's inherited from the past, a past that has made the majority of its wealth off of the suffering of my ancestors and the people in my past and the people in the past of every ADOS person here. We are talking, when we talk about reparations, we're talking about protections, we're talking about provisions. And yes, we are talking about ridding all of our institutions of the insidious, invasive behaviors and beliefs that have permeated through society for over 400 years. That a person is superior primarily based upon their skin and where they originally come from and the resources that they have at their disposal. ADOS people, Black American descendants of slavery, have been placed in this caste system in this country that has designated us as the throwaways of society. And in order to solve this problem, we have to fundamentally fix that problem. But that problem can never be fixed if the opposite of what I just said exists as well. Meaning, if you are considered white in this society, you arbitrarily hold the highest tier classed position based solely upon the fact that you are white, you've inherited a great deal of wealth and power, and all of which has been maldistributed in society, funneled to the top of that pyramid. That's the only way this problem is going to get solved. That which is owed to ADOS, all of the unpaid labors, all of the pain and the suffering, and all of the plundering and stolen property, whether it's intellectual property, whether it's land, physical property, all of which have to be restored and redistributed back to the families in which these commodities and these things have been stolen from. That's how we solve this problem. That's the first step to solving this problem. And, I've also pointed people towards the resource of Professor William Sandy Darity's new book, From Here to Equality. I have mine on the way. Mines have already been ordered from Amazon. Please, please. And I'm going to leave a link into the description to that book. Please read that book. Please. If you want more knowledge about how to solve the problem of reparations in more specific terms on an academic level, Professor William Sandy Darity will put you on game. And that's what we should be doing as a community, as a society. We should learn the mechanisms, the tools at our disposal in order to solve this issue. So with that being said, my overall experience at the Juneteenth Freedom March, speaking with those individual people, doing this project, it was amazing, man. It was amazing. People were, receptive. They were trying to learn. They were trying to figure out how best to do this, how best to do that for the most part. Now, some of my gripes was, there's a lot of symbolism going on. And what does I mean by symbolism? You know what I'm saying? People using a lot of terms that really probably like people heard before, or things that have already been established. And for example, I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll give you an example. All right. So defund the police was one of, the many chants that was there. You feel me? And for all intents and purposes, I don't have a problem with that. I don't, for the most part. You feel me? However, that's not going to solve the issue. That's not going to solve the issue. Not the issue of racism and white supremacy within the black community. That's not going to solve the issue. You see, we have to fundamentally change our society, and that means ultimately our country needs to be recalibrated. Because unfortunately, we've gotten to a point to where we allowed treacherous traitors within the Confederacy to thrive in this society to a point to where we are now encapsulating the same energy that should have been dispelled after the Civil War. Now, I would love, and I'm sure everybody else would love, that this problem can be solved peacefully by ways of the pen and not of the sword. However, history has a very bleak and dark way of repeating itself. And if we are to avoid the bloody history of our past, it is imperative for us to learn from it and take the proper actions necessary to make sure that we chart our own course, our own destiny towards that which is just and fair. And that can only be achieved by way of reparations, specifically to American descendants of slavery. My name is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of MinutesTillDawn Productions. Please enjoy the videos following this video. And if you have any feedback, I will be more than willing. Please leave your comment below. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Much love to y'all family. Y'all be cool. Take care.